welcome to my domain. I've been summoned once again to share with you a mad brew. This is Isochron Is It Landfall, and everyone is holding something in their hand. The commanders of this deck is Glacian, Power Stone Engineer. He's a 3/6 for 5 and a blue. You can tap X untapped artifacts to look at the top X. We'll put one of those cards into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. And you have to tap him to do that. And Toggo, Goblin Weaponsmith, he's a 2/2 for 2 and a red. And whenever a land enters the battlefield, you get an equipment called a rock. Well, the creature has equip 1, sacrifice rock, and it deals 2 damage to any target. Now, when I was building this deck, I realized that all the main components just so happened to have things in their hand. It just seemed like too perfect an opportunity to pass up. Because when building this deck, I also realized that Glacian is an outlet for Isochron. Let's say when you're activating Isochron Scepter to untap all your non-land permanents, and you make it infinite mana, as usual. Usually you need an outlet, but with Glacian, you can tap him and all the rocks in between each activation and dig through your whole library. And obviously this enables a Thassa's Oracle win. So that's the main line of the deck. When I was building that, I realized, oh wait, Thassa's Oracle is holding something in her hand. The lady in the Isochron Scepter art is holding the scepter in her hand, and both our commanders just so happen to be holding things in their hand. To me, it's just so hilarious how that all came together. Okay, let's talk about the Landfall. Because this is a Landfall deck. We don't have green, but we do have Dreamscape Artist. You pay 2 and a blue, you tap him, you sack a land and discard a card, and you get 2 lands from your library onto the battlefield. Not only is it ramp, but it also gives us the same amount of land drops that a Harrow would give us, which is very good. We have Walking Atlas, great creature. Also combos off with Retreat to Coral Helm quite nicely. We have Wayfarer's Bauble, Sword of the Animist, good equipment. There's a bit of a equipment subtype in this list. We have Nahiri's Lithoforming. She draws you X lands, and you can play X lands until end of turn. It'll make you a lot of rocks. We're also, of course, running all the fetches, which is unfortunate because I can't skimp out on the mana base. But hey, let's talk about why rocks are good. Collector Oof, rock. Chrome, 2 rocks. Tevis Yak, 7 rocks. Just keep throwing rocks at him, even when it's dead. Reckless Fire Reaver. Every time we do our landfallness, we hit our opponents for 1 damage. Makeshift Munitions bypasses the equip cost and allows us to sack rocks that we haven't equipped at instant speed. Let's say you don't have Thassa's Oracle, and you have this. When you untap all your mana rocks, in between each activation, you can tap your rocks and deal 1 damage. If you can't access your commander, Glacian, or if it just doesn't have haste, you have this as an outlet to kill everyone. Another way to abuse rocks is with Inspiring Statuary. Turns all of them into mana. Another problem with rocks is the fact that we need bodies, right? There's not much use in having a bunch of rocks on 1 creature, as they have to tap to use it. So we want bodies, which is why I run a lot of relevant bodies in this list, such as Diefleet Daredevil. It's just a good toolbox. Darkside, which is great ramp. Goblin Engineer can go grab Isochron Scepter or any relevant artifact. Loyal Apprentice is really good because she creates several bodies just from herself. We've got Emery. She allows us to bring back artifacts from our graveyard. And of course, we mill a lot with Glacian. We've got Imperial Recruiter, which can search up all of these utility creatures. We have Tribute Mage, Trinket Mage, and Trophy Mage, all which on ETB can grab very relevant artifacts. Tribute Mage being the best as it can get Isochron. With Underworld Breach and a fat graveyard, because we're dumping most of the cards in there, we can exile all the fluff and be able to cast all that good stuff. Some cards to think about are, but if you have things such as Dramatic Reversal or Intellectual Offering, you can untap all your non-lands, including Glacian, to do it all again. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. Nesting Dragon's really good, because it just gives us the bodies that we need to activate the rocks. Hammer of Nazan, the ability that we care about is the fact that whenever an equipment enters, it comes in and attaches to a creature. Delve cards are really useful, because of course we're going to have a fat graveyard. Retreat to Coal Helm, but you can use it with creatures equipped with rocks to be able to sacrifice several rocks on a creature a turn. And that's the list. The rest of it is pretty basic stuff. We're running board wipes, of course, counter spells, interaction. Frogify is a great removal. No one's going to suspect much from this deck. The commanders are uncommon commanders, not very powerful. They seem clunky, janky. Haste enablers are also very important in this list, I'd like to add. We have Dalakos, Lightning Greaves, you can have Swiftfoot Boots. We want to be able to win with Glacian the turn we play him, right? And that is the whole list. As usual, the deck list is in the description. Check it out if you want to see more detail, as in the exact card draw and removal and whatnot. It has a pretty funny theme of just all the art, having people holding stuff in their hands. The deck for the next video is very unique. It's the most ridiculous deck I've ever built. Peace out.